That was a new speedrun strat performed by SmallAnt1. He's what we'd like to call in the industry, a gamer. It's referred to as two-player mooncave skip and was found by Johnny Calf. The trick goes as follows. The runner grabs two rocket flowers, jumps up to the higher platform, and right as they reach the edge, Cappy vaults them into the air. Traveling through the air in angles to get some extra distance, the wall can be reached and Mario can jump off of it to land on top. Seeing it done easily in one go can be a bit misleading, however. I was watching SmallAnt practice this trick recently on stream, and it really went to show how much work a runner has to go through to do this in speedruns. Now, the purpose of all that fancy footwork was to skip the entirety of the mooncave section, which speedrunners have been doing since day one. But this newer, incredibly flashy version is exclusive to two-player speedruns. And while I haven't seen it done in any world records yet, it could be soon. Now, that isn't the only insane thing you'll see in Odyssey speedrunning. This is a game built on complex movement that can be abused so much it's honestly kind of absurd. Take this next trick, for example, known as IP skip. This is a newer strategy that lets speedrunners skip the entirety of the inverted pyramid and go straight to the Harriet boss fight. Here, just watch it. It's pretty incredible. That clip was performed by speedrunner and streamer Dangers, whose focus has historically been on the categories that this trick affected. Unlike some discoveries, this strategy revolutionized two of the main Super Mario Odyssey speedrunning categories: World Peace, which is defined by finishing the main story in each kingdom, and Darker Side, which is defined by finishing the game's final challenge and kingdom, Darker Side. But what's next is truly incredible. You guys might remember from your casual playthrough that little 2D section as Bowser that you do right before finishing the game. Yeah, throw that out the window for me and watch this. That was what I'd like to call Bouncy Bowser skip, but unfortunately for me, most of the community would much rather it be named 2DSS, which stands for 2D Skip Skip. The name is a joke on the fact that it skips this little jump that can be done in the 2D section that was called 2D Skip, hence the name 2D Skip Skip. The strategy is incredibly difficult and only saves about 8 seconds when done optimally. The way it works is that there are essentially these tiny invisible ledges that exist on the sides of the wall, and with precise jumping, Bowser can land on these and climb up. While the trick isn't seeing much use by speedrunners yet, it is useful in every main SMO speedrun category, so with consistency, a lot could be possible. But what about tricks that people are using regularly in speedruns already? Well, a good example of that would be Snowdram. What's a dram, you ask? Long story short, it's actually the name of a former runner of Super Mario Odyssey who has absolutely nothing to do with this trick. People just thought it would be funny to name a ton of different strats after him. So first, let's look at the way an average runner would do this. Jump on top of the Odyssey, line up the angle, and vault. When done properly, we can make it all the way to the painting platform early and get a quick moon. Now, how about the fastest way someone's ever done this? Yeah, that's something I'll never be able to accomplish in my life. Okay, well, let's look at another popular trick that's most often used in any percent speedruns. It's called DSS, and as you might have been able to guess, it's another skip skip, specifically Dino Skip Skip. Yeah, the Odyssey speedrun community is very creative with their naming conventions. The trick starts off in Cascade Kingdom after collecting the first Power Moon. From there, runners backtrack, do a triple jump off of a block, and land on this tiny seam in the wall. This will give them just enough height to reach the higher platform. From there, they can do another jump, land on top of this ribcage, and head towards the Madame Brutal boss fight. This trick overall is pretty useful as it skips a cutscene normally required to reach Madame Brutal, helping it overall save several seconds. Now if that trick doesn't wet your nut, maybe the wet nut glitch will, and yes, I swear this is the real name of a real trick used in a real speedrun, just please let me explain. On the 1.0 version of the game, getting one of these huge nuts wet will allow you to jump infinitely with it through the use of precise inputs. Yes, only when it's wet. Now you'd think an infinite height glitch like this one would be pretty useful in a lot of different categories, but it's only currently used in one, minimum captures. The glitch itself lets you skip one capture going from the top of Bowser's Keep to the Mecha Brutal boss fight. If this glitch didn't exist, the capture skip would not be possible. I know just watching the glitch it may seem kind of easy, but trust me, it's not. I actually tried to learn this in the past and I could hardly get it more than a few times in a row. It's a lot of work. Don't worry, that wasn't the only nut-related strategy we have for you today. We also have something known as nut clip. It's a pretty useful strategy that's most often used in any percent that utilizes a glitch known as moon clipping. Basically, when a moon is still in the process of spawning in, we can backflip into it and properly time a cap throw. For some reason, this will misplace Mario during the cutscene and let him slip through walls. From here, Mario can travel out of bounds, grab a quick extra moon using some fancy movement, and then jump back in bounds. This is one of those glitches that has had a huge impact on the Wooded Kingdom speedrun route. It enables us to get 2 moons quickly that otherwise would not be possible to include in the route. One being the moon Mario grabs while out of bounds, and the other being this moon on top of the tall fence we grab after returning in bounds. Finally, we're going to end with something exclusive to the L Moon speedrun. It doesn't really have a name, but watch this. That was all done to save about 4 seconds and is pretty integral to the current All Moons luncheon route. Normally you wouldn't consider when routing going from the top of this roof all the way over to this sub area, but with an open mind and some advanced movement, there's actually a lot of interesting ways to travel around kingdoms, and this trick is a great example of that. You know, routing and speedrunning has always been an interesting challenge to overcome, and I feel like that last trick, along with the others showcased in this video, really helps show that off. I hope you guys enjoyed this short dive into the speedrunning strats found in Super Mario Odyssey. If you guys are interested in more content like this, let me know. Subscribe or whatever. I'll see you guys next time.